Do you have a lifelong best friend? No? Well, I do. Hi, I'm Iona, and this is Saskia.
Hi.
And she's here with me today to talk about all things us.
We met as all best friends do under strange circumstances.
We don't actually remember the day we met, but we never get tired of the story. It was 19 years ago at pre-nursery. My dad came to pick me up, and all of a sudden he felt a heavy weight on his leg. Of course, it was none other than Saskia. My dad continued to walk around with her, clinging onto his leg, while she shouted to everyone that he was her dad. He might as well have been her dad, because our bond is one that not even some sisters have. From that day on, both our parents saw that bond, and even though we never went to the same school together again, we had playdates and sleepovers every week.
On these playdates, every time without fail, we'd write songs, act out skits, and in general just perform. Sometimes we'd get a sleepover, other times we wouldn't.
All of our sleepovers consisted of this one question Saskia would love to ask. Saskia, do you want to tell the question?
So, what do you want to talk about? Boys, school, friends.
And if I answered anything other than boys, she'd just kind of sit there in silence. And
yeah, I think it was understood that she couldn't.
Boys is the only option.
That was the only thing we could talk about.
Another thing we used to talk about, like the main thing, we'd always talk about travelling together. And at the time, it seemed like one of our made-up skits until it actually became real.
Yeah. So years later, the day finally came.
We woke up in the morning, probably had about 3 hours sleep. We were doing last-minute packing until it was virtually time to leave, and my mum dropped us off at the airport. And then that's really when the journey properly began. I remember checking in our 25-kilogram backpack, being like, thank God this is off my shoulders.
And wandering through the airport, trying to find where we're going, and finally get on the plane. And how long was it? 12-hour journey?
It was a 12-hour journey.
12 hours. And then we got into the wine.
And we didn't realise that wine was free. It was a very cheery start, very exciting, not knowing what storm was about to hit us as soon as we got off the plane. Probably 20 minutes into being out, my phone gets stolen. Can't get any money out because Saskia's card won't work and I don't have my card. We literally had to beg one of the tuk-tuk drivers to take us home. It wasn't a great start to the holiday. Luckily, we got out of there the next day. And then we arrived to Koh Tao, which
was stunning. I did a day snorkeling. We went out on this big boat and we went to this really beautiful island and I snorkeled there and there was just the most incredible reef life. There were these beautiful fish that were flat blue and had an iridescent shine when the sun hit them in the water. It was just the most beautiful experience. I just saw so many different types of fish. I did end up getting burnt, but it was worth it. I saw a massive turtle and I saw a little baby shark.
So Koh Tao was our favourite place that we went. That was the beachy side, more of the beachy side. But then when we went up north, the journey from Chiang Mai to Pai was... Honestly, it was kind of excruciating. It was like a 3-hour winding journey across these roads. Like the
just
whole time was just turning.
Winding.
Like at points we were literally clinging on to the side, like trying not to fall on top of the person next to us.
But we arrived and it was like this little bustling market.
Pai was very authentic Thailand because we'd see like all the kids coming after school.
No, what was weird was when we see these really young kids riding the bikes home from school. Yeah. We had one day where it chucked down. It was ridiculous. And we just got on the bikes to go out for the day.
So annoying.
And it was just like hissing it down. It just didn't stop.
Yeah, when we
that was like the last place we went back to Bangkok.
Yeah, because my uncle lives in Bangkok, so we stayed with him, and it was like recuperating.
So we packed up our stuff and left for the airport to go home.
Which was so sad.
It was
like
really,
going
really
home is actually a next level of depressed. But getting back from travelling, I think, really showed how strong our friendship is. Like we can literally survive anything. It was an amazing first experience going travelling with like your best friend in the whole world. So it was the first trip we went on, but definitely not the last adventure around the world. So that's a wrap on All About Us.
Signing off.
Over and out.